Hello, everybody on Master Sha Dao Center Toronto pages, and thank you so much for being here with us today. We are so excited to be here with Eddy, and we have a very special guest. This Eddy is here with us, and he is a fellow Dao Hands practitioner. He is also a holistic bodywork practitioner, and he is here with us for Meet the Dao Hands Practitioner. So welcome, Eddy. We're so grateful for you to be here with us.
Thanks for having me, Alexia.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And so, yes, if you're just joining us, if you're new, this Meet the Dao Hands Practitioners is all about connecting with other Dao Hands practitioners around the world and sharing their experiences with Dao Hands, how to integrate Dao Hands into daily life, and more. And so, we're very excited to have Eddy here with us to share a little bit about his experience with Dao Hands. So, Eddy, would love to hear from you if you have anything you'd like to share in terms of your journey with Dao Hands, when you got your Dao Hands. I know you mentioned a really beautiful story about the first time you received a Dao Hands blessing. So we'd love to hear from you about your journey and how this has been for you with Dao Hands.
Yeah, so the first time I came across Dao Hands, I was on a beach, and this lady, I forgot her name, but she offered me a Dao Hands blessing, and I didn't know what it was. I accepted, and I pretty much just sat there, closed my eyes. She asked me for a request, and my request was for my career because I just moved to Toronto. I'm a holistic body worker, so Toronto is just brand new to me, and I wanted to establish a strong foundation, build some clients. And this was the beginning of my practice. And it was great, but it was a slow start. And after that blessing, I'm not sure what shifted, but I had an inclination to get the Dao hands, like get my Dao hands. I'm like, you know what, this can really, I think, benefit my clients. Um, and I just didn't know what it was. It was just a feeling. It was just a feeling. So I signed up for the Dao Hands practitioner training at the center when it was open and in person. I think I might have been the last group before the lockdown. And let me tell you, it has changed my practice dramatically. And it wasn't in the beginning, it was after the lockdown when I was able to practice again. Um, I started to use Dao Hands more. I was not confident when I first got it, so I didn't use it. And as I started to use it for every client with confidence, my abilities, and I don't want to say my abilities, but something opened up within myself, and I was able to provide healing on a deeper level for my clients, whether that would be in their relationships, in their career, in their body. I always finish a treatment with a Dao Hands blessing. I don't ask what it is. I say connect to it internally, and I get messages the next day sometimes saying that their lives have been transformed dramatically, and they don't know what happened. And I tell them I don't know what happened either. I just allowed myself to be the vessel and allowed the Tao Source energy to flow through me, and that's when the miracles occur. So business has been so great. I use it with every single client that I have. I have 3 clients a day, so it's a blessing after blessing after blessing. Um, yeah, so it's been great.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing, Eddy. And it is really inspiring to hear how you have so integrated Dao Hands into your practice because there's so many dynamic ways. It's really countless ways that we can use Dao Hands in our lives. And so that's why like this connection and sharing is so important to help us to see that. And so for anyone that might be watching this and they're curious, they could be new or they could have their own established practice, like something that they do with another modality or some kind of a practice that they have. And they're curious how they might be able to integrate Dao Hands. So, what would you share with someone like that who might be watching and curious about getting Dao Hands and how they would be able to do that in their life?
If you're a massage therapist, if you're a Reiki practitioner, a body worker of any sort, I want to share my personal experience of what happened. my confidence level just went through the roof. Before a treatment, I always activate my Tao hands. And it puts a lot of pressure off of me because I know that I'm supported by the Tao source energy and it's going to flow through me. So my practice, like it's helped me because I used to get drained after a session, like quite like pretty a lot actually, and I felt like I took on other people's energy as well, and I didn't know how to remove it after a session. And after getting the Dahans practitioner, if I feel a heavy energy, or sometimes I'll forget, but if I do remember, I activate my spiritual protection to make sure that I don't take on energy from my clients, and it's helped me become um, just more like alive after a practice, more fulfilled. So prior, I would get drained after a session. After activating my Tao hands and using spiritual protection, I feel like I have less work to do because I'm supported by Tao Source energy. So I really highly recommend it. And there's one thing coming through as well. I've been getting a lot of Tao Hands practitioners as clients as well. So there's a network of like Tao Hands practitioners. We're finding our way to each other, supporting each other. And that's the other magical thing as well when I provide a blessing and they're like, oh, I have my Tao Hands as well. And the other thing that's coming through as well, I had a client last week who said, yes, I'm also a Tao hands practitioner. I'm like, so do you use your Tao hands? She's like, not really. I'm like, use your Tao hands. That's how it strengthens. When I first started, I didn't use it because I didn't have much confidence. But now that I use it every day, um, it, it, it just, it grows. It strengthens. The Tao source energy flows through me much easier. So that's a tip that I would recommend for anyone who already has their Tao hands.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Eddy. I love it. And you definitely have another client right here. I'm so excited listening to this. It's like, okay, okay, yes, please. And probably many watching. So we'll be sure to tag you as well in the description. And we're so grateful for you for coming on, for sharing with us today, and for sharing with us all of your wisdom, your experience with Tao hands, because it really does help inspire and awaken others in many unique ways. And just before we complete our connection today, is there anything else you'd like to share? Any final words with everyone watching?
Yeah, the last thing that was coming through for me was I want to share how it's impacted my life personally, my relationship with my partner. Anytime we were going through struggles, and we did go through some struggles, especially when we first got locked down, I used my Tao hands to provide a blessing from our relationship. I call upon all the heavenly spiritual mothers and fathers, all the archangels, Buddhas, bodhisattvas, Tao source energy for assistance. And that's that's how miracles happen. We just got to use our Tao hands, and it's helped me dramatically. Yeah. So I'm so grateful and so blessed to have this gift of the Tao hands.
Beautiful.
And that's
Thank
it.
you so much, Eddy. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And it is a really beautiful dynamic that you've brought up in terms of the relationships. And I meant like that Tao hands really apply to many aspects of life. So we have connected a lot on the physical, on the body work, but also things like our relationships, things like our interactions, things that might be non-physical in the realm of our seeing, but that exist within our life and that impact our life in so many ways. So thank you for sharing that. And it's something that many of us can relate to, especially during this time. So, having a tool and a technique like this that we can bless ourselves, our relationships, our loved ones is really wonderful. So, I just want to shout out to everyone watching that there are links in the description. So, if you're interested in learning more about Tao hands, please click the link. We also have an introduction that will be coming up next week if you're watching this live or at the time of recording. And it's a free introduction. So come experience Tao hands for yourself. That is the most important thing, to experience it for yourself. And we look forward to connecting more with you. And thank you so much, Eddy, for being with us. Thank you for sharing. And as well, if anyone would like to connect with Eddy, we welcome you to do so. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank
Thanks
you,
for having me.
Eddy.
Yes.
Lots of love. Bye-bye for now.
You too. Bye bye.